Hey guys, Madison here, and today it is time for the Western of the month. This month's Western is The Magnificent Seven, which I have seen before, technically, but also I have not. So I have seen The Magnificent Seven that came out, I think it was in 2016, the remake. I went to see that in the theater and I really enjoyed it, but I have never seen the original Magnificent Seven from 1960. So that is what I'm going to be watching today. I am looking forward to finding out if there's much similarity at all. Like, I don't know if the story or the plot is the same at all, or if it's totally different. I don't know if any of the... I'm assuming the characters are all different. I don't know that, but I'm assuming the characters are different, and I would assume the plot is also pretty different. Like, there might be some general structural similarities, but I'm assuming it is somewhat different. And obviously a completely different cast, so I'm looking forward to this. I know Charles Bronson, and I know the name Steve McQueen, although I do not think I have ever seen a Steve McQueen movie, so I think this is my first outing with him, and I'm really looking forward to this. I love watching different versions of things sometimes, unless, like, with some things I get so attached to a particular version that I'm like, I don't want a remake, or I don't want to watch the original version, or what have you. But with this one, I wanted to see the original, I wanted to see the classic, and I am aware that this is heavily based on Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. That is kind of the original story, the template, if you will, for the Magnificent Seven. I do know about that. I have not seen the Seven Samurai. Is it the Seven Samurai or Seven Samurai? I don't remember, but I have not seen it. I would very much like to someday, because I know it is such a heavy influence, not only on the Magnificent Seven, but it's also been a huge influence on Star Wars as well, like certain episodes of the Clone Wars, that sort of thing. Kurosawa in general was a heavy influence, a big influence on George Lucas. So with that being said, I'm excited to just jump in and watch this. You guys know Westerns are my favorites. That's why I do a Western a month on the channel. And this is the one that was voted on by my patrons for this month's Western. If you want to vote on future polls, be sure to head on over to my Patreon, link in the description below, and you'll also be able to see the full-length version of this reaction there on my Patreon as well. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in and let's check out The Magnificent Seven. It actually says based on Seven Samurai. I like that they're giving credit. This is Mexico.
My good friend, how are you? I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to see a village like this.
Taking all their stuff.
What if you had to carry my load, huh? The need to provide food like a good father to fill the mouths of his hungry men. Guns, ammunition. You know how much money that costs? Huh? I'll be back. Enough!
This is like a 10 years younger Eli Wallach than I'm used to seeing.
Murderer! Thief!
If he steals our harvest again, we might as well cut our throats and be done with it.
Fight.
It's the old man.
You must fight. Fight.
With machetes and bare hands against guns?
Buy guns.
Even if we had the guns, we know how to plant and grow. We don't know how to kill.
Then learn or die.
Simple, straightforward. You learn or you die.
I'm sorry, friend, but there'll be no funeral.
What?
Oh, the grave's dug, and the defunct there is as ready as the embalmers ought to make him, but there'll be no funeral.
I want him buried. You want him buried. And if he could sit up and talk, he'd second the motion. Now, that's as unanimous as you can get. I'm not looking for any praise. I'm a traveling salesman, ladies' corsets. I'm walking down the street, and a man drops dead right in front of me. For 2 hours, people kept stepping over and around him without lifting a finger. I'm just doing what any decent man would.
They say he isn't fit to be buried there. They happen to be white, friend. And old Sam? Well, old Sam was an Indian.
Oh, hell. If that's all that's holding things up, I'll drive the rig.
Listen, this hearse cost me $840 in Denver. It's the only one in the county. I'll be darned if I'm going to turn it over to strangers to be shot at.
I'll pay for the damages. I want to see this.
Me too.
Second story window. Curtain moved.
I'm not in a good position. Let him stick his neck out.
Turn that rig around and get it down the hill.
I need 6 men up here.
If he just shot me that fast, I'd be leaving. Delivery made. They're like, hey, we need to hire these guys.
I'd like to buy you a drink. And your friend, too. Where you from? Where you going?
Thanks for the free show. Say, what's your name?
Make it Vin. What's your...
Chris.
Now, what's this guy wanting? He just keeps watching him.
We wish you to help us. There's this man, Calvera.
A thief, a murderer.
He and his men, they steal our food, and then they leave us to starve. We could feed you every day. And we have this.
What's that?
We can sell this for gold. Everything we own. If we could drive the bandits away, life could be very good in our village. But as it is, we ourselves could stand it a little longer. But the children, they cry because they're hungry.
We will fight too. Every one of us.
When Calvera comes, the church bell will ring the alarm. We'll fight with guns if we have them.
Once you begin, you've got to be prepared for killing and more killing. And then still more killing until the reason for it is gone. Wait, I didn't say I'll go. I'll just pass the word around that you're looking for men.
It won't be hard to find men here. Everyone wears a gun.
Sure, same as they wear pants. That's expected. But good men, that's something else again.
The word is out you're looking for men.
That's right. Men who are...
He wants in.
I'm good with it.
Hold your hands like that. A clap. As fast as you can. Now you try it.
Aw, he wants to join. He wants to be like him.
Harry, it's good to see you again. Chris, what are you doing in this dump?
I heard you've got a contract open.
Oh, not for a high stepper like you.
Oh, sure, never mind. Just tell me what you can.
Harry, please don't understand me so fast.
I said never mind. I'm in. Dirty dog.
And then there were two.
The cowpoke that just walked in and the stovepipe chaps. Like to buy him a drink.
Yes, sir.
Válgame Dios, there's one. Look at the scars on his face.
The man for us is the one who gave him that face. I'm gonna take a job in a grocery store. Fella says I'm gonna make a crackerjack clerk. Crackerjack. I did hear of a job below the border shooting some flies away from a village, but I can't find out what it pays.
$20.
A week?
6 weeks, the whole job.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't even pay for my bullets. house is a poor village.
We understand. You could get much more in a grocery store. And it's good, steady work.
How many you got?
Looking for a man named O'Reilly.
Don't know his name. There's a fella in back chopping wood for breakfast.
There's a job for 6 men, watching over a village, south of the border.
How big's the opposition?
30 guns.
There's
He
Charles.
tells me you faced bigger odds in the Travis County war.
Well, they paid me $600 for that one.
Cost a lot.
Yeah. That's right, I cost a lot.
The offer is $20.
$20? Right now, that's a lot.
You saw what happened? I won.
You tell him.
I won, didn't I?
You lost.
You're a liar. I said you're a coward and a liar.
I don't think he cares.
Get up, I said. So help me, I'll let you have it right where you are.
He didn't even flinch, and he just shot twice right in front of him.
Drop it, Wallace. Forget it. Get away from me.
We all know Big Mouth is about to die. Or at least be in a lot of pain. He brought a knife to a gunfight and won.
Brett? Chris? Have a word with you.
He's using all of his old connections. Recruit people.
Money? It wasn't enough?
Doesn't give a hoot about money. And in this line of work are not all alike. Some care about nothing but money. Others, for reasons of their own, enjoy only the danger.
And the competition.
If he's the best with a knife and a gun, with whom does he compete?
Himself.
I've been looking for you.
Uh-oh. What do we got here?
Never mind. He knows. Clap your hands, and let's see how fast you are. Clap hands. He makes me look like 2 cents with some damn kids game.
Hey, kid, that's enough of that.
Do stay away from me, will you? Come on now. And let's see how fast you are. And no games, huh? No clapping hands, none of that stuff. Just raw. You think I'm just talking, huh?
No, he just doesn't want to kill you, kid.
Do you hear me? Get up and face me! Do you hear?
Now you just made a fool of yourself in front of everyone.
Sorry this happened, friend. Let him sleep it off. When he wakes up, let him have his gun back. Give him a drink. I changed my mind.
There's a man waiting in your room. Said he was a friend of yours.
Remember me? There's a dry wash south of town. Pick me up there.
Is he on the run? Is he the next outlaw?
He's a good gun. We aren't heading for a church social.
You gotta be quick to do that. I'm impressed just that he can fish with his hands. That means he does have quick hands. love this music so much.
Where is everybody? Where are they, Tomas? Luis! Asuncion! Demetrio! Emilio! Do they call this welcome? What are they thinking of?
Come in. You must be thirsty. Tomorrow is the anniversary of the founding of the village. They will be celebrating. Then you will see them in a better light.
Who sounded the alarm?
I did.
Why?
Thank you, amigos, for coming out to greet us. Thank you for letting us see your beautiful faces. Thank you, you chickens. Well, we're here, my compadres and I. Here we stay. And you? You proved us that you're worth fighting for.
He gave them a stern talking to. I'm like this old man here. I am thoroughly amused. Now we are 7.
You know, I've been in some towns where the girls aren't very pretty. Matter of fact, I've been in some towns when they were done right ugly. This is the first time I've ever been in a town where there's no girls at all.
Boys hold 3 of Caldera's men. The horses are in their royal.
Lee.
Get one alive.
What are you doing, kid? They gonna take their horses or just wait for them to come back? This kid, he's gonna mess things up, isn't he? He's gonna start shooting. As Jack Sparrow would say, don't do anything stupid.
I didn't mean to spoil it.
Oh my gosh. Still amazing though to hit anything with a revolver at that range. Extremely impressive. Problem is he was supposed to bring one back alive and now that guy might be dead.
Whatever they land will be buried with them.
Válgame Dios. If he comes now.
He'd never send men ahead if he was near enough to see for himself. So we have time to get ready. We have something else. Surprise.
Ease. Back. Now close your eye. Aim from here to here to the target.
Fire.
That rock?
Oh, that man you're gonna kill.
This whole training the villagers sequence has become so iconic and has been imitated so many times.
How did you ever find out about the gold mine? Gold mine?
What gold mine, senor?
You know, the one in the mountains.
In our mountains?
We never had a gold mine around here.
We have no silver mine either.
I mean in the old days. Not at any time.
Where did you hear of this gold and silver?
All right, come on, boys. Forward, let's talk, huh?
So is there one or is there not one?
Head up! Shut up! Shut up!
Where are the others? Huh?
I'll never tell you.
Is she one of the abducted villagers? That would be so not fun to ride a horse like that. That would be so uncomfortable.
Who is she?
From our village. I can't tell you how wonderful it was for you senoritas to fix us a very nice dinner for us.
She gave him way more than everybody else.
Nada.
Gracias.
Nada.
Gracias.
Aww.
Say, you don't happen to have an older, grateful sister at home?
No, señor. Muchas gracias.
Nada.
Didn't I tell you to squeeze? Just like when you're milking a goat again. It's that I get excited. Well, don't get excited. Now, this time, squeeze. Slowly, but squeeze.
Squeeze!
Squeeze!
Well, we come to move you into the village.
Move into the village? Me?
Everybody who lives outside.
Oh, no.
Well, we can't protect you if you stay out here.
What are you going to do when Calvera comes?
At my age, a little excitement is welcome. Don't worry. Why would he kill me?
I feel like he's going to, just out of anger.
What if he comes now, eh?
Reminds me of that fella back home that fell off a 10-story building.
There weren't any 10-story buildings back then. Here he comes. The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
I should have guessed. When my men didn't come back, I should have guessed. How many of you did they hire?
Enough.
You hear that? We're trapped! All 40 of us. By these three. Suppose I offer you equal shares.
In what?
Everything. To the last grain.
And the people in the village? What about them?
I leave it to you. Generosity. That was my first mistake. I leave these people a little bit extra and they hire these men to make trouble.
Here we go. Oh, that's a cool shot. Holy crap. Oh, that was the best shot in the whole thing. They'll be back.
They got a good kick in the behind. And if they try it again, they'll get another. We'll tear them to pieces. We'll bury them all. Calvera, too, huh?
Neighbors, I drink to our friends. They armed us, fought at our sides, and will forever live in our hearts.
He came back sooner than I expected.
Kid's gonna get his head blown off.
He's lucky it was his hat.
We had a meeting trust us and we got you.
You got me? What do you mean you got me?
If you get killed, we take the rifle and avenge you. And we see to it that there's always fresh flowers in your plate.
Do your hands sweat before a fight? Every time.
What are you doing?
You shouldn't do things like you did.
Go back.
You mustn't take foolish chances.
All right, I won't, but go back.
I wasn't afraid of you. It's my father. He says stay away from those men. They are brutes. They are cruel.
He's right. You know that? He's right. Go back home now.
That was the greatest.
New hat for us, Sonny.
How do I look? Huh?
Big improvement.
He looks like a vaquero now.
Yes, Lorenzo and Felipe never came back.
That's 3.
Armando in the plaza.
That's 4.
No again. A memo in the past where they were cut by the clerk.
What is he doing?
Talk! They're all dead anyway. Forget about them. There's still plenty of us here to make them pay. Our friends down below.
None of them are going to realize they don't know this guy.
It's all right. You're all right. You had a dream. Just a bad dream.
I have lost count of my enemies.
But you're with friends now.
Yes. The final supreme idiocy. Coming here to hide. The deserter hiding out in the middle of a battlefield.
Deserter.
There was a time when I would have caught all 3.
There's so many good one-liners in this movie. So quotable.
About those precious stones. Where they found?
As you say, senor, in the mountains.
All right, but where in the mountains?
Then I couldn't tell you.
All right, never mind that, never mind that. Why can't you tell me?
Because I never have found any precious stones. He'll be gone in the morning.
No, he will not. He won't go anywhere.
Why do you say that?
Calvera isn't worried about food for winter. He's worried about the food his men haven't eaten for the last 3 days.
How do you know?
I've been up there. Well, we better be ready for them.
And no one realized we don't know this guy and he's just hanging out with us.
Go away. All of you, get on your horses and go. Let Calvera have the food.
Give him what he wants. At least we'll be alive.
Quiet! And listen to me.
No. It is easy for them to say fight. They have no sons, no daughters, no wives. Go. Now, before it's too late.
I'll tell you what I can do. I can kill the first man who so much as whispers a word about giving up. The very first man, so help me, I'll blow his head off.
Not saying we bit off more than we can chew, but I do say this. We ought to have a serious talk right now along the lines of what we're going to do.
We start acting like we had some good sense. Now, we figured to raise the ante just enough to make Calvera play someplace else. Well, we figured wrong.
We didn't figure on being the only game in town.
A man can't call them all.
I didn't say he could. All I'm saying is that sometimes you bend with the breeze, or you break.
Right up into the hills. Past the men on guard. Right into their camp. I sat there, I smoked a cigarette with them. We discussed a few things. They have seen a thing or two in their time and done them too. They're not men you can impress easily, oh no. But when they looked at me, I knew I was one of them at last. And if you think you or anything you do could make me change my mind, forget it.
We got ourselves a little romance brewing.
We're going to hit Calvera. Maybe drive off some of his horses. the attacks will be on foot.
I'll go with you. I know every rock.
Now you stay.
They've left here at the village.
No. You'd have heard shots.
Buenas noches.
This is unfortunate. Why didn't they just stay in the town and wait for him to come?
Things are turned around now, huh? You're wondering how? Your friends, they don't like you very much anymore. You should not be surprised. My good friend, Sotero, he arranged to let me come in. I could kill you all. You agree?
Why so generous?
Practical. They hear about it up north. Maybe some friends of yours make more trouble for me. A man who never wants no trouble.
What about these people?
What happens to these people will happen to them whether I kill you first or not. Just a little gesture, huh? Show these people who the real boss is. You go, then I give you the guns back.
No, don't do it. He's not gonna give them back.
Go get your clothes, your saddlebags, anything you want. Take it. Your friends in there owe you at least that much. Santos, pick up the copy. Cirillo, the guns.
Now what?
First day we got here, I started thinking. Maybe I could put my gun away, settle down, get a little land, raise some cattle. Things these people know about me. Credit wouldn't work against me.
You're one of us, aren't you?
Yeah, one of us, all right.
Take us with you, please.
No.
We're ashamed to live here. Our fathers are cowards.
Don't you ever say that again about your fathers, because they are not cowards. You think I'm brave because I carry a gun? Well, your fathers are much braver because they carry responsibility. For you, your brothers, your sisters, and your mothers. I have never had this kind of courage. Running a farm.
Well.
Working like a mule every day with no guarantee will ever come of it. This is bravery.
You do much better on the other side of the border. There you can steal cattle, hold up trains. All you have to face is sheriff, marshal. Adios!
Actually, just gonna let them go? I'm kind of surprised. Thought he was gonna be like, ha, you thought I was going to let you go? No!
Adios!
Wow, it actually gave their guns back. Again, I'm surprised.
Farmers. All they care about is their precious crops and the miserable dirt they dig in. I hate them. I hate them all.
Nobody throwed me my own gun. It says run. Nobody.
Took me a long, long time to learn my elbow from a hot rock. Right now I belong back in that border town, sleeping on white sheets. I'll ride back to the village.
Come on, Lee. They want to get killed? Let them.
Go ahead, Lee. You don't owe anything to anybody.
Except to myself.
You're crazy. All of you. Come on.
You'll be back, Harry. You can't stand being the only one who leaves. Hopefully they all like partied the night before and got drunk so they'll all have a hangover and they could just wipe the floor with them. And it's on. Like Donkey Kong. These guys don't look very hungover. Oh no. Yeah, Harry. Oh no. No. Like a boss. Look at him go. No. Oh. Got him.
Back. For a place like this. Why?
No, how did he get hit?
Get back. Come on. Get back. Get back.
So many of them died. I am really glad all of them didn't die. So it felt like it was going to go for a minute.
The fighting is over. Your work is done. For them, each season has its tasks. Vayan con Dios.
Adios.
Aw.
Adios.
Oh, yay!
Only the farmers won. We lost. We always lose.
Well, I see it as an absolute win. Well, that was a whole lot of fun. That is what you can always expect from the Magnificent Seven. I really, really enjoyed that, and it was obviously, yes, quite different from the remake that I have seen, although obviously in structure similar, the same, in that they are a group of gunmen protecting the helpless villagers. What I love about this story in any of its forms is, well, there's three kinds of people in the world, right? There are sheep, there are sheepdogs, and there are wolves. And obviously we have our villagers who are the sheep, we have our gunmen who are the sheepdogs, and we have our thieves, our bandits who are our bullies, who are the wolves, coming and stealing from the sheep and taking advantage of the sheep. And I always love the message in this story of standing up to the bully, fighting back against the thief who's coming in to steal what you have worked so hard for. And it is standing up to tyranny in the smallest form, because it is a small, tiny village with a local bandit in the area. It's not on the level of the people of a country rising up against a tyrant, right? It's not on that scale. But the core message is the same, of better to die free than live a slave, right? Just live where you're starving because you're working so hard to harvest the crops, then you're breaking your back, you know, working so hard, and you bring it all in, and then someone just rides in and takes all your crop and beats you or kills you if you try to resist, right? They were living in slavery to Calvera coming in there and taking all their stuff, and their children were starving, and someone had to stand up to him, right? Or the cycle of abuse and thievery was never going to end, because as long as no one challenges, no one stops him, he's just going to keep coming in and taking it. So the message is you have to resist, right? And you have to resist even though it is very scary, and you might lose your life, and you don't know if it's going to work, you don't know if the plan's going to succeed, you're often outnumbered, you know, that sort of thing. I love that trope, that story of the people rising up against the tyrant, and it works very well in a Western because of the cowboy being a symbol of freedom, and the everyman typically going up against the big like railroad tycoons or other businessmen, or like sometimes cattlemen who are trying to like close off the open range, that sort of thing. It depends on the story, but there's always this lone cowboy or group of cowboys standing up against the local tyrant and corruption, and it's a theme that never gets old for me. And what I love about this story in particular, in all its forms, is that they train the villagers to fight with them. It's not like the gunmen come in and just save them and leave. The gunmen come in and they train the villagers how to shoot. They train them how to fight, and it's not just about teaching them how to shoot. It's about their mindset. Before, their mindset is the mindset of a sheep, in that we can't do anything. We can't fight against that. What are we gonna do? You know, he's gonna kill us. We're helpless. It's changing that victim mentality to a I'm going to fight back mentality. And so the sheep can become sheepdogs. And I love that. I love that. I love seeing it. I love it because nothing will change if the gunmen come in and save them, and then another bandit comes along and the cycle starts over. Like someone just fills the void. But if it's the message of if you fish and you give a man a fish, he'll still starve because he eats the fish and then he has something else. But if you teach a man to fish, then he eats for the rest of his life. And this is very much that kind of story, in that they teach them how to take up arms and defend their village, and they change their mindset. And then you see at the end, you know, once the villagers start fighting back, the other villagers who were even more scared and hesitant to fight back, they do once they see other people doing it. It's a chain reaction. And yeah, really fun to see. I really enjoyed the characters in this movie. Obviously, all completely different than the remake that I've seen, so I enjoyed getting to know all of them, and as the story goes on, getting little nuggets along the way about each one and kind of their backstory and who they are at their core. I love a good Cajun character, so I enjoyed that. It was a great cast. And I was afraid they were all going to die there for a minute, but thank goodness at least, well, almost half of them survived, and it was nice seeing the kid. I can't even remember his name. There were so many of them that I was losing track of their names, but seeing the kid go back, and he is the one who gets to settle down and find love and all of that, because it was Chris, right? Chris and, I don't know what his friend's name was, but Chris and the other guy was Steve McQueen. They say they lost because they are still wandering lone gunmen without the family and the home and the attachment and all of that. So it is the kind of the lone cowboy riding off into the sunset, where they're like, we always just drift and do our job and we leave, and we're just like shadows passing through, basically, never putting down roots anywhere. So it's always interesting to have that juxtaposition in stories, the people who do put down roots and start the family, and then the loners who maybe never change and never do. Example A, Lonesome Dove, right? There's the people who want to start the family, find the wife, and settle down, and then there's the people who just can never bring themselves to do it, and they're drifters and wanderers to the end. So, yes, this was a Western in all its magnificence. And I really, really enjoyed it. Lots of fun. I love the theme. I have heard that theme many times. And it's a classic. I love it. It just has all this joy and vibrance and vitality and excitement. And it's just, it gets you revved up every time you hear it. You're just like, yeah, let's go on an adventure. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I'm slowly making my way through like all the incarnations of this story. Again, like I feel like I've seen it several times because it's been actually done a couple of times in Star Wars. There was an episode of the Clone Wars that was basically the Magnificent Seven. There was an episode of Mandalorian that was very much like that. And then, like I said, I've seen the remake from 2016 of the Magnificent Seven. Now I've seen the original. So what I have not seen still is Seven Samurai, the original story that like spawned all of these reiterations of the same story. So I will have to get to that at some point, maybe even react to it on the channel. I think I've heard it's quite long. I don't remember how long it is, but have heard that about it. So we'll see. Maybe one day I will react to it on the channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Be sure to head on over to my Patreon if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction. Link in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back next week for another Film Friday. And I'll see you guys then.